In a highly sterile pharmaceutical environment, the biggest threats are often the ones you cannot see. To maintain total control over that environment, light itself becomes an active, protective instrument. We measure this light intensity using a precise unit called lux. To put a hard number on it, 1 lux is exactly equal to 1 lumen of light falling evenly across 1 square meter of surface area. It is the foundational metric that dictates visual clarity inside a facility. If that number is off, the line between a safely manufactured drug and a critical quality failure starts to blur. In cleanroom design, these light targets are technical specifications. They ensure that the final layer of protection, visual verification, is actually physically possible. This physical metric translates directly into human performance. Operators rely on strict lighting thresholds to spot microscopic defects on a tablet or catch subtle errors on a medication label.
Operating with insufficient lux causes immediate operator eye strain and fatigue, directly increasing the probability of missed cleaning defects and critical documentation mistakes. Conversely, excessive lux levels generate unwanted heat and cause severe product degradation, especially for photosensitive biological materials and vitamins. Striking the exact balance between too dim and too bright is an absolute prerequisite. It ensures good manufacturing practice compliance and ultimately safeguards patient health. Because different tasks carry different risks, a pharmaceutical facility's lighting is strictly zoned. The required intensity scales up to match the exact precision of the work being done. At the baseline, non-critical areas like corridors require 150 to 300 lux for safe movement. Moving into active manufacturing spaces, production areas and dispensing zones demand a jump to between 300 and 750 lux. The requirement climbs again in analytical testing zones. To support precise instrument operation and chemical analysis, laboratory environments operate in the 750 to 1000 lux range. At the very top of the scale are visual inspection zones. Here, operators detect microscopic particulate matter inside sealed ampules. That precision demands an intense 1000 to 1500 lux. Across the entire floor plan, the physical light intensity must perfectly mirror the analytical risk of the operation happening beneath it. Hitting these precise numerical targets evenly across a massive floor plan requires balancing a network of physical and electrical variables. The initial spread and intensity of the light are dictated by core electrical choices, like selecting LED over halogen lamps and the specific geometry of the fixture designs. Then distance becomes a major factor. Because of how light disperses, higher ceilings drastically reduce the lux intensity by the time the light actually reaches the working surface. Even the architecture itself plays a role. The highly reflective, light-colored surfaces of cleanroom walls will bounce the light, while opaque partitions absorb it, altering the final readings across the space. To satisfy regulatory targets, facility engineers have to harmonize every architectural surface, structural height, and electrical fixture in the cleanroom. Designing a compliant system is only half the job. The pharmaceutical industry operates entirely on proof, which means these lighting zones require active, documented validation. Following standard procedures, operators use a calibrated lux meter to take precise readings at the actual working height, typically 1 meter above the floor. These measurements are systematically recorded. If a reading drops below the limits defined in the standard operating procedure, it triggers immediate corrective actions, like replacing lamps or cleaning fixtures. A recorded lux reading acts as a legally binding piece of evidence. It proves to auditors that the environment was safe, visible, and fully compliant at the exact moment a drug was manufactured. These illumination thresholds are not optional guidelines. They are legally enforced mandates, explicitly designed to prevent manufacturing failures. When auditors evaluate a facility, they verify lighting against core regulatory frameworks, including WHO TRS 961, EU GMP Annex 1, and the ISO 14644 standards. Lux is the defining invisible variable of visual clarity, ensuring precise inspection and operational safety across the entire pharmaceutical lifecycle. Mastering this specific metric guarantees optimal working conditions for personnel and locks in absolute GMP compliance for the facility. To continue mastering cinematic GMP, clean room engineering, and facility management standards, be sure to subscribe to the Pharma Training channel.